Yo, Raider Nation. What's good, Silver and Black Faithful? It's time to dive into the latest Las Vegas Raiders news with that just win, baby energy we all live for. Buckle up, because we've got a wild ride ahead. Shocking roster shakeups, a legendary coach's response, and a game plan that's got us hyped for the 2025 NFL season. We're talking about Amari Cooper's jaw-dropping retirement bombshell, Pete Carroll's heartfelt reaction, and how our Raiders are gearing up to face the New England Patriots in Week 1. Ready to feel the pulse of Raider Nation? Let's get into it. Picture this. Just days before the 2025 season kicks off, the Raiders' locker room gets hit with a curveball that nobody saw coming. Amari Cooper, the five-time Pro Bowl wide receiver who was supposed to be our veteran anchor, calls it quits after signing a one-year deal on August 26th. This wasn't just a roster change, it was a full-on plot twist. Cooper, who lit up the field for the Raiders back in 2015 as the 4th overall pick, was ready for a full-circle moment to end his career where it all began. But after struggling to ramp up for game readiness, he told Coach Pete Carroll he's hanging up the cleats for good. Can you believe it, Raider Nation? What's going through your mind right now? Coach Pete Carroll, the man steering the silver and black ship, didn't hold back when addressing Cooper's decision. The timing wasn't right for him. He didn't feel like he was ready to do it. He gave it a shot, and we gave him a shot. Much respect for him making that decision. Wish him the best, Carroll said, showing the class and leadership that's got us pumped about his first season with the Raiders. This wasn't just a polite send-off, it was a nod to Cooper's incredible 10-year career. 711 receptions, 10,033 yards, and 64 touchdowns. That's a legacy we'll always respect in Raider Nation. But with Cooper gone, who's stepping up to fill those massive shoes? Here's the deal. Cooper's exit leaves our receiving core in a tough spot, but the Raiders aren't backing down. The team wasted no time, promoting Justin Shorter from the practice squad to the active roster and signing veteran Philip Dorsett to the practice squad. Shorter, a 2023 fifth-round pick by the Bills, and Dorsett, a speedster with experience, are ready to make an impact. Meanwhile, young guns like Jeanty Thornton Jr., Jack Beck, and Trey Tucker, alongside tight ends Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer, are about to get a serious chance to shine. How do you think these moves will shape our Week 1 matchup against the Patriots? Drop your thoughts in the comments, Raider Nation. Alright, let's talk about the ripple effects of Cooper's retirement. The Raiders had big plans for him, not just as a playmaker but as a mentor for rookies like Thornton and Beck. Carroll himself said, "I think Amari's way can affect Thornton and help him come along. There's a lot of pressure for Thornton to be the only X over there that we're kind of going with." Losing that veteran presence stings, especially with Jakobi Meyers stirring the pot with his trade request over a contract dispute. Meyers, our WR1, is still set to play, saying, "I asked, they said no." That's where that stopped. But with Cooper out, the spotlight's on Meyers and the young crew. Can they handle the heat? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. The Raiders' receiving core is now a mix of unproven talent and raw potential. Jeanty Thornton Jr., a fourth-round pick, led the FBS with 25.4 yards per reception last season at Tennessee. Talk about explosive. Jack Beck, a second-rounder, is still finding his footing, but his upside is undeniable. Then there's Trey Tucker, who's got a chip on his shoulder after a solid 2024 with 87 catches for 1,027 yards. Add in Brock Bowers, our star tight end who's basically a mismatch nightmare, and Michael Mayer, who's ready to break out, and you've got a group that could surprise some folks. But here's the question. Can this young squad gel in time for Sunday's showdown? The Raiders front office, led by GM John Spytek, isn't sitting still. They expected Cooper to be a big part of the game plan against the Patriots, but now they're pivoting fast. Signing Dorsett and elevating Shorter shows they're all in on depth and versatility. Plus, let's not forget the practice squad gems like Shedrick Jackson and Alex Bachman, who turned heads in training camp. This is the kind of adaptability that defines Raider Nation. When the going gets tough, we get tougher. So, what's your take? Are these moves enough to keep our offense humming, or do we need another veteran presence to steady the ship? Let's not sleep on Pete Carroll's influence here. The man who led the Seahawks to a Super Bowl and racked up 10-plus wins in 8 seasons is bringing that winning mentality to Vegas. His ability to rally young players like Thornton and Beck could be the X factor. Carroll's already talking up the run game, with rookie sensation Ashton Jeanty poised to carry the load. Jeanty, a 2024 Boise State star, is a name you'll hear a lot this season. With the Patriots missing key secondary players like Christian Gonzalez due to a hamstring injury, could Jeanty and our young receivers exploit those gaps? Let's hear your predictions, Raider Nation. Now, let's shift gears to the Week 1 showdown at Gillette Stadium. The Patriots are no pushovers, but with Gonzalez out and left tackle Will Campbell questionable with an ankle injury, the Raiders have a golden opportunity. Our defense, led by Max Crosby's relentless motor, is ready to feast. Crosby's been hyping up the team's mindset, saying it's all about setting the tone early. With new additions like linebacker Brian Asamoah II and safety Tristan McCullum, the Silver and Black are building depth to match their swagger. But the real question is, can Geno Smith, our new QB1, connect with this revamped receiving core to keep the chains moving? Geno Smith, reunited with Carroll after their Seattle days, is coming off a 2024 season where he threw for 4,320 yards and a 70.4% completion rate. That's the kind of veteran poise we need, especially with Cooper's sudden exit. Smith's got weapons in Bowers, Myers, and Tucker, but the chemistry needs to click fast. The Patriots' defense is stout, but their secondary's vulnerabilities could be our ticket to a statement win. Imagine Jeanty breaking off a 50-yard run or Bowers hauling in a red zone TD. Those are the moments that get Raider Nation roaring. What's your bold prediction for this game, fam? On the flip side, the Raiders' offense isn't without its challenges. Jakobi Meyers' trade request looms large, even if he's committed to playing for now. His 2024 stats, 87 catches, 1,027 yards, 4 TDs, make him the anchor of this passing game, but will his contract drama distract the team? Then there's the youth factor. Thornton and Beck are talented but green, and Shorter's yet to prove himself in a big role. Carroll's preaching patience, saying, "I hope it really suits Jack and don't E." But with the season opener just days away, how quickly can these guys step up? Your thoughts, Raider Nation? Drop them below. This game's about more than just X's and O's. It's about proving Raider Nation's resilience. Cooper's retirement was a gut punch, but it's also a chance for the next generation to shine. Carroll's got this team believing in themselves, and with a soft early schedule, games against the Bears, Colts, and Titans on the horizon, the Raiders could stack some wins. The key is execution. If Geno hits his targets and Jeanty runs wild, we could be looking at a 1-0 start. So, what's the vibe in Raider Nation? Are we ready to shock the NFL in 2025, or do we need more time to gel? Let's keep the momentum going with a look at the bigger picture. The Raiders' offseason was a whirlwind: new coach in Carroll, new QB in Geno Smith, and a draft class headlined by Jeanty and Thornton. Losing Cooper hurts, but it's not the end of the world. The Silver and Black have always thrived on adversity, and this is just another chapter in our gritty legacy. Carroll's track record, 2 NFC championships, a Super Bowl, and a 97-19 record at USC, tells us he knows how to win. Can he bring that magic to Vegas? And more importantly, can our young roster rise to the occasion? The Raiders' defense is another storyline to watch. Max Crosby's a one-man wrecking crew, but new additions like Lecky Fotu and Brennan Jackson add depth. Fotu's been vocal about his Week 1 mindset, saying it's all about dominating the line. With the Patriots' offense potentially missing key pieces, our D could set the tone early. Imagine Crosby sacking Drake May or forcing a fumble. That's the kind of play that fires up Allegiant Stadium, even from afar. What's your dream defensive moment for this game, Raider Nation? As we wrap this up, let's talk legacy. Amari Cooper's time with the Raiders was iconic. 225 catches, 3,183 yards, and 19 TDs in his first stint. His retirement closes a chapter, but it opens the door for new heroes. Whether it's Thornton's deep ball heroics, Beck's breakout potential, or Jeanty's ground and pound dominance, the 2025 Raiders are ready to write their own story. Week 1 is our chance to show the NFL that the Silver and Black are back. So, Raider Nation, what's your hype level for this season? Let's hear it in the comments. Raider Nation, this is our time. Smash that like button if you're pumped for the 2025 season, drop your bold predictions in the comments, and subscribe to stay locked in for all the latest Las Vegas Raiders news. Share this video with every Raiders fan you know. Let's